Hello everyone, and in this video I'm going to be showing you this one AI tool that lets you access the most powerful AI models that are out there, such as ChatGPT 4.0, Claude 3.5 Sonnet, Llama 3.1405b, Perplexity, and many more. Not only that, but this program gives you up to 100,000 prompts per month, along with many other features that we will explore together in this video. So let's get started. So the first thing that you need to do is search for Not Diamond AI in Google. And once you've found this program, you can then log into it and you can sign up straight away. And once you've signed in, you're going to see this interface. So just click on the top one here where it says chat. And then you'll be taken to this main interface here. So now let's explore this interface. So what we'll see is that here is where you'll have the option to enter the prompt, and you can attach certain types of documents. And I'm going to talk about what it supports and what it doesn't support. And then you'll find that here's the option to create a new chat, and you'll have the history of your chats shown here. And then, as we said, in the settings here, you've got all the different AI models that you can choose from, or that it will choose for you as well. And you've got an option called an arena mode, which we will discuss what it does in a bit. So the first thing that you need to know about Not Diamond is that it's not a generative AI model in its own right. It's a model that actually has learned which AI model to use in order to answer your specific prompt. And it has access to all the different other models, and based on your prompt, will respond with the model that it thinks is the best one to answer. So let's try it out. Now, the first thing we're going to try it out on is writing. And under writing, we're going to try two different types of writing, which we'll explore together. Now, the first thing we're going to ask it to do here is to write a 1,000-word essay on the impact of AI on healthcare and include all the relevant references. Okay, and you can see that's come back with the essay, and it talks about the different areas, and it's also included the reference at the end. And if we look at the model that it's chosen, it will tell me at the bottom here that it's actually gone with Perplexity. And one of the reasons that it could have done this is because I haven't specified if I want this to be an academic style article. And so it's actually used the model that will have the latest references. Now, what I want to show you here is that you have several options after it has generated the response. So for example, I have the option to copy. I can actually regenerate the response again, or I can actually regenerate this with a different model. So say I'm not really happy with the response, and I know it's chosen Perplexity for this. I can actually specify that I want it to regenerate the response with Claude 3.5 Sonnet, for example, with Llama 3.1405b, with ChatGPT 4.0, or any other model that I choose. And then if I actually like the model, then I can hit thumbs up. This will help it learn that in the future, when I come to ask this type of prompt, then go ahead with that model that you have chosen. So these are some really good features to use. So we're going to move on to academic writing. So I'm just going to change the prompt. So I'm going to include here, write a 1,000-word academic article on the impact of AI on healthcare, include all the in-text citations, as well as the relevant references at the end in APA style. So now I've given it a clear direction that this is an academic article that I want to be written. Now you can see it's gone with a completely different approach. It now has a much more formal title. It has an abstract to this article, and now it's used a lot more academic language. And then we can see we've got the in-text citations really clearly laid out within the article. And then I've got the conclusion and I've got the references in APA style as I've specified. And if I look below at the model that is chosen to go along with this, it's actually Claude 3.5 Sonnet, which it's deemed to be more reliable in terms of academic writing. Now let's try this further with some kind of creative writing. And the next prompt I'm going to ask is write a creative mystery story titled The Lost Symbols of Time, where a famous archaeologist makes a famous discovery. And by quickly skimming through this story, it's actually come up with a decent idea, a decent plot. It's quite short, but it still need to carry on prompting it to get a better output. But if you can see here, it's actually used Claude 3.5 Sonnet. And if you look into the video that I did comparing Claude 3.5 and ChatGPT in terms of creative writing, you'll see that Claude 3.5 Sonnet is actually a lot stronger when it comes to creative writing. And I'll leave you the link to that video if you'd like to look at that in more depth. But it's actually made a really good choice here as well. Now, the next thing I'm going to ask it to do is to summarize an article. And I'm going to come here to the attach button. Then I'm going to attach this PDF. I'm going to write here, summarize this research article. So you can see it's come back with a detailed summary of the article. We've got the title, we've got the introduction to the article, the objectives, the methodology that was used, the results. It's actually taken every single part part of the article and summarized it. I've got the authors down here. If I look at the model that is used, it's actually ChatGPT 4.0, another excellent choice, because I know that ChatGPT is usually really good with summarizing these kind of research articles. The next thing I'm going to be looking at here is how to analyze data. And what you find when you come to upload is that you can't upload CSV files, that they're not supported. So what you can do as a workaround is that you can actually copy your table into a Word document and attach that. So what I'm going to write here is analyze the table in the attached document and provide me with the key insights. Okay, and you can see that it's used Claude 3.5 Sonnet. What I like to do, especially with the analysis, is I like to compare different models and different outputs. And so what I'd be doing here is then I'd ask this to regenerate as well using ChatGPT 4.0. Now, interestingly, when I tried to do it with ChatGPT 4.0, what it came back with is saying, to help analyze a table and document, please provide the content or key details from the table. Once you do that, I'll be able to provide a detailed analysis and key insights. So it wasn't actually able to read the Word document with ChatGPT 4.0, but what I can do is actually, I can copy the information that I have in my table, and then what I'll do is I'll paste it into the box, and I'm going to enter that. And you can see once I've actually copied in the data, it now can provide me with the analysis. So if you're using a model that cannot read the attached file, what you can do is you can always copy the information and paste it in, and then you'll get the response. The other thing I want to show you is this feature here called Arena Mode. And as you've seen, we had it unchecked when we were doing most of our comparisons, but now I'm going to put it on and I'm going to show you what it does. So if I come down here and add a prompt that says, write a 500-word blog post on the impact of artificial intelligence in healthcare, and enter that, what you'll see is because I have Arena Mode on, what it does is that it gives me two options and tells me to pick whichever answer you think is better. And it doesn't actually tell me which answer belongs to which AI model. It says after choosing one of the responses, it will be highlighted and the model names and cost speed metrics will display underneath them. So I'm just going to quickly read through both and see which one I prefer. So I'm actually going to select this one because I think it's got a lot more detailed content and it's more specific. And if I scroll down, I can now see the models that it has actually used to generate this response. And the one that I selected is called 3.5 Sonnet, and the other one that it's used is Mistral Large 2. So actually, once I've selected the one that I prefer, then what it does is that it remembers my preference. And then for similar types of prompts, it will start off generating with the model that I've chosen. So as you've seen with this video, using Not Diamond is a really powerful way to get you to access all the latest generative AI models and to start understanding which is the best model to do which task. And the other thing that you've seen is that we've been able to enter prompt after prompt continuously without having any limitations on what we're entering. So this is such an amazing way to access all the paid generative AI tools completely for free using this platform. So I hope you found this video useful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.